seem familiar? This is my other 1964 Galaxie. It's also a Galaxie 500, but if you watched my last video, you've already seen this car. We took pretty much all of the brake hardware off of this car to get the other Galaxie going, and I briefly mentioned that this car was in a good bit worse shape than the other one, and that's why we focused on the other car. But if I'm being honest, this car is still way too good to be scrapped or to be even a parts car. I didn't know much about the other car, and I really don't know anything about this one. But this one does not seem like it's run in a very long time. Could be seized, could be knocking, could be just completely junk. There could be a hole in the block. I have no idea. I haven't hardly looked at it at all. But what I'm gonna do is see if we can get this thing to spin over, see if we can get it to run, see if the transmission's any good. Because also in my last video, you saw we ended it with some serious transmission problems with the tan 64 Galaxie. So if this Galaxie has a good transmission, I might have to do a little swapping, you know, to get the other one going. But either way, this car has to be saved. With that being said, let's just hop to it, see what we find out. So before we jump right into it, I'll give you a little tour of the car. As you can see, headlight buckets are missing, but I have them, and the bumper is laying right over here. I was gonna throw the bumper on before I got started off camera, but she only deserves a bumper if we can get this thing making some noise or something. I'm gonna save the work putting the bumper on and just put that energy towards that old FE in there. But I got me another questionable battery, got me some gas. We'll see what we can make happen. So the body, I believe, is in better condition than the other car, which kind of makes me a little sad, but it's kind of hazy. But I think with a little buff, I think this thing would actually like buff out impressively good. So if it's nice to us today, you might treat it with a little spit shine. Pretty much has all the chrome intact. The door latches do not work on either side. And this window does not roll up. Interior, you know, seen better days. Headliner is surprisingly good, just a little dirty, but better than the other car. She's got the red dash, a little bit of rust on the dash, which is a bummer. A little bit of corrosion. I think that window's been broken for a long time, and nobody ever cared to even throw a tarp on this thing. I was gonna throw a tarp on it myself, but I mean, I don't know how much of a difference that's even gonna make at this point. But I think that is the main cause of all this corrosion and rust on the dash. And then there's a rust hole in the dash right there. But the good thing about these old 60s rigs, it's just metal. I mean, you can sand that and just paint it and it'll be like nothing ever happened. No rust here. The floor pans are like gone. I mean, that's the ground. So that's the main issue with this car, is the dang floor pans, which I don't want to do. I really would like to get this car running and moving or whatever and just sell it to put towards the other Galaxie so we can make it really awesome, because I don't need two 64 Galaxies. I mean, I would love to have two 64 Galaxies, but you know, we'll see what happens. But here's the back. We've got some paint issues back here. Definitely had some Bondo work, but I think this whole quarter is just Bondo on the other car. Besides that, not too bad. The rear looks pretty good. I might have to steal that rear bumper. This door also doesn't latch, but kind of stays shut enough here on the hill. But that can give you kind of a small glimpse where this hasn't seen the sun as much. I mean, this car would, I'm not gonna lie, this car would probably buff out crazy. I know I already said it, whatever. But besides that, let's get to the heart of this thing. Under here, I believe we have, oh, there's some headlight buckets. That's good. Hang on to these. Under here, I believe we have a 352 FE. And other car had a brand new fuel pump and a new starter and a bunch of new stuff here and there, like somebody was trying to get it running. This one, This is not the case on this one. I mean, everything looks old. I mean, this might be a challenge. It may appear as if there is a carburetor, but that came with the car. Don't know anything about it. Looks a little bit poopy in there. But this is exactly how I have received it. She's ain't got no carb, and there's some leaves in there, so I had to get the vacuum on that one. But that's my fear, is that it's locked up because this thing hasn't had a carb. I hope this carb even fits. Okay, the carb does fit, that's great. All right, guys, I know I'm an idiot, it was backwards. Carb does fit, good news. But this is what we're working with. The good thing is it pretty much seems like everything is there. So that's a huge plus. So I guess first things first, I'm gonna see if it's seized up or not. Start with the oh, it's budging a little bit. It's not completely locked solid. Guys, it's spinning. It's kind of hard to spin, but it is spinning. That just took our chances like through the roof of this thing running. It actually turns over by hand. Does that mean it has compression? No. Does that mean it doesn't have rod knock? No. But that's a great start. The other one, I was not surprised that it wasn't locked up, you know? Didn't really know how long it'd been, but probably wasn't that long. This one, that's a huge win that it's not locked. Before I go too crazy, I think I'm gonna pull the plugs out, lube up the cylinders, and just spin it over with a wrench a few times. Just make sure that everything's kind of moving freely. I've seen a handful of FE revival videos where they always end up with a bunch of bent push rods, and I'd really like to avoid that. So I'm gonna make sure everything spins over nicely, and hopefully not. I'm probably not gonna pull the valve covers off unless it really hits a hard stop and there's a problem, but I'm gonna start with just spinning it over, lubing it up, and just see what we can find. So I think I'm gonna start with pulling these plugs out. A little crusty in there, but I've seen worse. But I'm gonna hit all the plugs, a little bit of penetrating oil first. Probably not necessary, but anything helps. Oh, no problem. Probably didn't even need the penetrating oil. Also, at a flea market, picked up this little 3/8 Hercules impact for like 10 bucks. So I get to try it out today. See if it sucks or not. Here's our first plug. It's wet because, you know, I just sprayed it down. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Definitely was rich last time it ran, but no rust on the actual plug, which is great news. Golly. Oh, that hurt. Ow! Gosh, I just cranked my elbow. This car has already given me a pretty gnarly scar. When I first picked this thing up, that wheel was locked solid. So, pulled the wheel off and fought for at least an hour trying to get the drum off of that brake. And I was prying it, hand just slipped back, hit the inside of the fender. It got me. So I'm gonna try to keep the injuries to a minimum today. Not starting off good. Maybe I should give it a little, yeah. See, if I wasn't an idiot, I wouldn't get hurt so much. Twist it, break it loose, then pull it off. Not bad. That one's got a little something there on the ground strap, but not too bad. Not too bad. Seen much worse. So I don't have a borescope, unfortunately. It looks, oh, I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see. Yeah, you guys definitely can't see that, but I can see a little bit of the cylinder wall in there. The cylinder wall looks pretty good. I can't tell if there's an ounce of cross hatching, but it's clean looking. Might have us a runner. That would be awesome. Just gonna take my penetrating oil and really soak these guys down before we go spinning it over a whole bunch. I'm gonna do the same on the other side, and then we'll hit it with the wrench and see how it feels on like a full rotation. Just pull my second plug out and I don't know if you see that, but it's covered in spider webs. That's probably not a great sign, but I'd rather have spider webs than rust, so I'm gonna keep going. Tiny bit of corrosion. Again, not terrible. Last but not least, looks good. Sweet, got those soaking a little bit. Throw the wrench on it, see what she feels like. Got a wrench on the crank. See how she feels. Oh, well, we were in good shape, and it just stopped. Hopefully, maybe that's one of the lifters or something, and not something in the bore. Let's go back with it. It is a little hard to turn. It could really benefit from a better ratchet. Okay, she stopped again. So she's got a hard spot in her. So even though it wasn't seized from the beginning, that could be a problem. Luckily, I didn't just hit the starter like I did on the other car. Glad that I pulled the plugs out and lubed it up. But I'm gonna keep working it back and forth, see if we can get through that hard spot. And then we'll see what it does on the starter. Hopefully we get to that point. Also, just noticing this crazy homemade accelerator pump gasket. I wonder if that works. That doesn't look good either, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. Yeah, it just dead stops. See what the breaker bar has to say about it. Oh. If that was our hard spot, we might have just pushed right through it. Okay, maybe this is the hard spot. Yeah, she just stops. Yeah, not good. Not good. Work it back the other way. Dead stops. Hopefully it's not some major mechanical malfunction causing it to bind up like that. Just keep going. I know I just said I wasn't going to pull the valve covers off, but it's looking like I may not have a choice. I can at least rule out that if that's the issue or not. Okay, there's a rough spot right there. I don't know if that's where it's been stopping though. Oh, maybe. Oh, guys, I think I might have just pushed through it. I think we might have just got so lucky. I think that's it. I think we got it. I think we got it through that bad spot. Yeah, there's the bad spot. And it tightens up there, but I can push through it now. So I'm gonna keep it this for a little while until it kind of smooths up. And then we'll continue. All right, I turned it over several more times. Still got a little bit of like a tight spot in it. It's not bad enough that I'm confident if I hit it with the key, it's not gonna like really tear something up. It's just a little bit more resistance in that one spot. So might just throw the battery on it, see if it'll even turn over with the key. Before we do that, let's check the oil. Good, it's good and up to level. It is super black. It smells like oil. It smells like 1960 oil. But it's got oil nonetheless. Just a minor update on the Hercules. I used it for about 15 seconds, pulled the socket off, and the little retaining clip just flew right off. So that kind of stinks. It'll still work, it just might be a pain in the neck to keep a socket on now, but figured I'd let you guys know. That's not ideal. So we robbed this starter solenoid off of this car for the other one. Now I'm putting the one off the other car onto this one. I don't really know that it was bad or if the battery was just dead because we're idiots. Clean up these battery connections a little bit. Ugh, don't breathe that. If you've never had one of these kind of old school battery cleaners that's got this end, which this one's like old and destroyed, But you stick this in the cable and twist it, cleans it up, and then you got that end, which you stick on top of the battery post and twist it, and it cleans it up. Simple, but these things work super good. So this old crusty thing, looking pretty good on the inside. Crummy old battery post. You stick this on there. Give it a twist. Well, it's just cleaning it right up. Perfect. Don't know if this little wire here is goes on the positive or ground. I'm gonna not worry about it right now. Tried to follow it, just kind of goes into a harness. So I'll just wait until that's a problem. Toss this little guy in here. Okay. No sparks, no magic smoke yet. I don't see no magic smoke on the inside. See if we have any signs of life in here. Really hope we have a key here that works. Never really checked that. Okay, that's spinning, but it's not clicking. It's just free spinning. That kind of stinks. Might as well not have a key. Might have to pull that lock cylinder out. Oh boy, same problem. The lights are just locked shut. Okay, we have zero signs of life. Maybe that wire I was talking about was important. So I'll touch the magic wire to the positive and let's see if the car burns down. Okay. Nothing. That stinks. Let's try this trick again and just see if anything fun happens. Whoa. Oh, it turned over with the starter. Let's try it again. All right. It actually turns over. It doesn't sound incredible, but look at that. It turns over. That's great. It doesn't sound happy. There's no plugs in it, but the generator, I noticed, looked like it's about to fall off. So that might be a problem when it's, you know, turning 1200 RPM, but we'll worry about that later. That's a good start. It turns over. Okay, I threw the mystery wire on the hot side. Let's see if we got anything inside now. That'd be a big old negative. I don't smell any fire, but this whole situation over here isn't comforting. Oh! Did that just turn on? We got a light. We got an underdash light. That's good. Okay, unrelated to the key. But we didn't have that earlier. I don't know what all this crap is. Kind of scared to touch it because I don't want to start a freaking fire in here. But that's sick, we got a light. That's good news. Lock cylinder is no bueno. See if I can get this the switch for the headlights pulled out. Need the pliers. I'm just gonna give this a little something. Smell a little something. Smell a little something is not smelling so good. Maybe this can of PB Blaster I have just happens to be one that smells like electrical fire. Golly. The other one was stuck too, but holy crap. Oh. It's either freed up or I broke it. Let's see what we got. Okay, car's not on fire. Sweet, no headlights. I think we got some electrical funny business going on here. No tail lights. Put the key on, whatever the heck. I think we ain't got no power in the cabin. Yeah, still nothing. Happened to notice the coil ground is broken, so that's gonna be a problem. And we don't have no gasket. So I went digging around. I found some stuff. Found a gasket, brought some wire. Since the key is so just screwed up, I'm going to just hot wire the coil just to see if this thing's got any life in it at all. So I'm gonna fix that ground on the coil, hot wire it, see if I can find some stuff to bolt the carb down, see if she's got any kick left in her. The coil is physically trying to fall apart, so there's a good chance the coil is no good, but we're gonna try it anyways. I've got these automatic wire strippers, like really cheap ones from Amazon. Either they suck, or I don't really know how to use them, and it's probably a little bit of both. I think this coil is junk. I might have another one, but we'll see. So now I just need to make me a little jumper wire. So we got our wire, so we can jump to the coil. That'll work. Before we go on with that, we gotta get a gasket on this carb. Got our absolutely crummy old gasket on there. Something doesn't seem like it's sitting too flat. Probably all this poop. So I vacuumed out under the intake a little bit. Try to get that as clean as I could, but let's get this carb bolted down, hot wire the coil, spray some go-go juice in there and see what happens. If this thing runs, it's gonna blow my mind. But whether I can get it to run or not, y'all are gonna find out with me. So right now, I don't really need this carb to do carburetor things so much. I just need it to, I'll just put it on there so I have somewhere to put some flammable substance. See if we get anything. But I almost forgot, gotta put the plugs back in it. Definitely ain't gonna run without them plugs. And guys, if I'm doing stuff in the wrong order, or that ain't right, or that seems stupid, sometimes I am a little stupid. And I'm kind of new to this revival stuff, so bear with me. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, but that does not necessarily mean that I know what I'm doing. I've also messed with quite a bit of small block Fords in my time, my short little life. But I've never owned an FE. Never owned or worked on one. So before I hook power to the coil, I'm just gonna turn it over with the plugs in it and see if we have anything resembling compression. See what we got. That doesn't really sound like compression to me. Let's go one more time. It's also slowing down quite fast. It might be a good idea, since the generator's about to fall off, might not be a bad idea to go ahead and hack this belt off. Let's just see what happens. All right, I'm about to hook up the coil and see what happens. Let's see what we got, I guess. Might not have enough cranking speed, but we had nothing right there. But one thing I haven't checked yet is the points. So let me give those a quick check. Oh yeah, points look rough as a cob. So the points look pretty bad. I'm gonna get in here and see if I can't sand them up. Sandpaper in there. Just gonna work that till they're clean. Just gonna do this a couple times. Probably check the coil, or at least check for spark at the points. I got my jumper crudely connected. Now I should be able to, we got a little something. don't know if you guys can see that. Well, we had a little something. Okay, we had a little bit of spark there, which I can't believe. I'm gonna sand those points some more, check it again, throw it all back together, and then see what she does. You guys might not be able to see it, but we got some spark. So that's good. So put it together, see what happens. I really hope it doesn't burn to the ground. All right, I'm gonna verify we're in park because I surely don't want to be run over, but I think it's time. Give it some of this. Let's see what happens. Will it run? That's gonna be a no. I'm thinking we should check for spark elsewhere. I'm gonna pull one of these plugs back out and see what we got for spark. All right, you guys, let me know if you see any spark right there. Had a little something. Okay, we got spark, but I don't know if you guys saw, but I couldn't help but notice that saw some leaves and stuff coming out of the cylinder, which I turned it over a good bit with the plugs out. So I don't know why now all of a sudden it's blowing leaves out, but might have to take a step back and pull the plugs back out and make sure there's no poo-poo in the cylinders. But I'm gonna try it some more first. But I can't believe we have spark actually. That's kind of mind-blowing. Maybe it'll just fire one time and chew all that stuff up. Let's try again, shall we? Nothing. It doesn't sound like we got much compression. I'll tell you what, I'll go get a compression gauge just so we know what we're working with, and I'll just check a cylinder, see what we got. Because she sounds kind of weak. Not good. Not good. But it's done more than I thought so far. It's got spark and it's turning over, which is, I mean, I thought this thing would just be seized piece of junk. I mean, probably savable, but we're gonna find out in a second. I'm back with the gauge. The gauge of happiness or the gauge of disappointment. We're about to see together. I don't want to know, but at least I'll kind of know what direction I need to go with this thing. Let's see what we get. Did it even move? It didn't move a millimeter. Let's check another one for fun. Dang, that's a bummer. The only hope that I have is, remember how I was talking about the push rods? If we got a bunch of bent push rods, that could cause a no compression situation here. But if this engine is just slap wore out, that's gonna super stink. I'll let you guys give me the news. Ouch. That freaking stinks. 0? I mean, I thought it sounded like it didn't have compression, but dang, that stinks. It's not looking good, guys. I really wanted this to be like a, you know, one of them super cool YouTube videos where they bring some old junk back to life. But it's not looking promising. Not looking in my favor at all. I guess I can, I guess I'm gonna pull the valve covers off and see if we got some pushrod problems. A little bummed out. All right, I just pulled all the valve cover bolts off and knocked this thing loose. Let's see what we got in here. Seen better, seen worse. Seems like got some movement on the rockers. I'm gonna turn it over and see what we got. See what kind of movement we got in there. Well, they're all moving, which is good, but there's just some crap in there. I mean, what is this? What is all that? It's not like it's sludged up, it's like petrified sludge. I don't really see any major bends in the push rods that I can tell without, you know, actually taking them off. I'm gonna pull all the plugs back out, spin it over a little more, and then soak it down and let it sit tonight. See if maybe, I don't know if it's a valve problem or a ring problem, but, well, if I fill one of the cylinders up, wait like a minute or two, and then spin it over, if it doesn't shoot all that stuff back out, then our rings are stuck for sure. But if it does, then we might have a little bit of something on the rings, but might be the valves. Either way, I'm a little bit at a loss right here, but I'm gonna soak the cylinders down and then see what happens. All right, guys, it's day 2, back on the Galaxie. Not feeling hopeful, but got my hands on a borescope, so we're gonna be able to stick the camera down on the cylinders, kind of see what we're working with, see if we see anything obvious, something holding the valves open, I don't know. Engine has been soaking with penetrating oil overnight, so we're just gonna see what we find with this, turn it over some more, put the compression gauge on it, and if nothing's freed up and nothing obvious, she might just be a goner. Might be just wore all the way out. Let's see if we can see anything. Okay, the piston doesn't look too bad. See if you guys can see that or not. But piston's not too bad. There is some crap in there. It's like some just junk. I'm trying to get a good look at the cylinder wall. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but the cylinder wall not the worst in the world, but looks like it's got some scoring, or it's just dirt. It's kind of hard to say. This borescope isn't the best. Let's try another cylinder. I don't know, guys. I mean, I filled these cylinders up pretty heavily yesterday, and there's no liquid left. So that kind of tells me that, you know, maybe the rings are seized or wore out. Don't know. I'll try to turn it over some more, see if we can get a little more of that junk in the cylinder out, and then put a compression gauge on it again. See if anything's changed since she's been soaking. All right, it seems like this front cylinder on the driver's side bank looks like it's the cleanest and most normal looking. So I'm gonna put the compression gauge on that one and see if we've still just got nothing. See if we get anything. Dang, nothing, huh? Literally nothing? That's strange, guys. It's kind of odd that like every cylinder I've checked is just like 0, like not a twitch, nothing. So I don't know if I'm missing something or if like the timing chain is broken. Well, it can't be that because all the valves are moving, so the cam's got to be rotating. I don't know, guys. That's just weird. Unless there's just stuff holding all the valves open, like trash, but it's just odd that they're all 0. I'm gonna see if I can hold my finger over this one and then turn it over with one hand to see if I feel anything. I can feel a gentle breeze, but it does not feel like doesn't feel like nothing's there. That's really disappointing, guys. Really disappointing. All right, guys, here's kind of my last ditch effort to see if we can get anything on the compression gauge. I've made this little funnel out of a water bottle, and I'm just gonna pour oil down in this cylinder to give it something to compress, and we're gonna see if it changes literally anything. I'm just gonna go kind of crazy with it. Now, that should do something. If there is anything there, I just put a bunch of oil down that cylinder. So if there's anything there at all, we should get some kind of number on this gauge now. All right, let's see. Okay, I put too much, I hydrolocked it. Whoops, instantly hydrolocked it. Which, you know, it's sealing up somewhat because it just stopped the motor. All right, let's try not to destroy the camera. Let's see if anything comes out right here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the dumbest thing I've done in a while. Okay, there's oil everywhere. I'm so bummed out. I'm not thinking straight. This is really gonna oil that cylinder down when I'm done with whatever shenanigans I'm doing right now. Now that I've massacred the engine bay. Shot all the oil out, that's good. Now it's very oiled down in the cylinder and the entire engine bay. Whoops. Let's throw the gauge back on it one more time, and if it doesn't hydro lock, then we should get a number right here. Literally anything. I've made a monstrosity of a mess, but I don't care. Screw seeing it run. I just want to see the gauge move. I don't care if I have to force it to move. All right, let's see. All right, guys. With a cylinder full of oil, we have gotten maybe 1 PSI. That is it. I think the motor is just, unless I'm missing something, I mean, you guys, if I'm just missing something just blatantly obvious, or there's some common thing with the FEs that makes it lose all compression everywhere, let me know in the comments. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. But I'm stumped. I'm bummed and I'm stumped. Well, guys, I hate to say it, but I'm throwing in the towel. It will not run. I was torn if I was still gonna post this video, but I think I'm still gonna throw it together and put it up for you guys, just to give you a realistic experience here. You can't just pluck any vehicle you find in the woods or that's been sitting for 10, 20, 50 years and just strike gold every time and it just run. I could very well be missing something on this engine, and maybe it could still run. I don't know. But whatever's causing it to have zero compression, I'm missing it. I'm unsure. Unfortunately, you can't win them all. We got super lucky on the other Galaxie. If you want to look at my last video, that one went very well. I'm still very pleased with that car. This one, we just struck out. I mean, I hate to say it. I really wanted to put together this really cool video of this old turd firing up and running, but it's just not gonna be the case, at least in my ownership. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas or knowledge that you want to share in the comments, things that I should come out here and try, put them down there. I read all the comments and I'm willing to try anything. I'm not gonna completely give up if somebody's got a good idea, you know? That's just gonna wrap it up for this car. I mean, I'm gonna have to send it down the road so I can keep pursuing my other projects like the other Galaxie. But unfortunately, as far as I'm concerned, this 352 FE is dead, wore out. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this video. I hate it didn't have some, you know, happy ending. This is just the outcome sometimes. If you like the revival videos, or you prefer seeing me modify cars that already work, or you like the older stuff, you like the newer stuff, you know, I kind of mess with a little bit of everything most of the time. So I plan on making a lot more videos and putting some more variety of content out there. But let me know what you like to watch down in the comments. Do you like the old stuff? Do you like the new stuff? Do you like the early 2000s, kind of the sweet spot for some people? Stay tuned for future projects. We're gonna be working on the tan Galaxie coming up here soon. We gotta get that thing on the road because I am ready to go cruising in that thing. I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.